In this video, I'm going to show you how to assign random ID numbers to employees. I'm going to show you how to protect those random ID numbers. I'm going to show you how to protect cells and how to protect a worksheet. So let's get started. So let's go over to our spreadsheet. And this is the first exercise or step-by-step in lesson 11 if you're in my class, and this is called Contoso Employees. And what we're going to do on the Social Security or SSN worksheet down here, we're going to go to our G4 cell, and this is going to be a random ID that we're going to assign our employees. We go up to our Formulas tab, and we go to Math and Trig. We go down to RANDBETWEEN, so like a random number between certain numbers that you want to assign. RANDBETWEEN. And what is our bottom number? Our bottom number is going to be 10,000. And our top number or limit is going to be 99,999. So we're going to click OK. And we can see we had a random number. This number really means nothing. But then we can double click on our fill handle, and it will fill it all the way down to the end of our set of data. The problem with this is that if I save this file and I open it up again, the numbers are going to change. So every time you open it, the random number generation will change the numbers. So here's how we get away with that. So once we assign the numbers, let's make sure we have this cell range selected. We're going to go to Copy. So go to our Home tab. Click the copy key or copy button. And while we still have the same range selected, we're going to go to our drop down menu under our clipboard called Paste. And we want to go to the Paste Values section, and we want to click on Values. So now if we hit Escape, and we click on this first cell, you're going to see that we have a number in there rather than a formula. If I were to hit undo, we would see that we have a formula in there instead of a value. So now that we have a value in there, we can save it and it'll keep the same number. So now let's do a little sorting. So we can sort. We can select this cell range. Let's go to our Home tab and come over here to the Editing group and click Sort and Filter. We're going to sort smallest to largest. And you may get a warning that says Microsoft Excel found data next to your selection. Since you have not selected this data, it will not be sorted. But we want to expand the selection. So we want it to sort all of this information together. So click Sort. And now our smallest number is at the top and our largest number is at the bottom. So let's look at the way cells are protected in Microsoft Excel. We have the same group of cells selected. Ooh, I missed one at the bottom. And we're going to go to the Format button on our Home tab, which is in the Cells group. Click Format. And if we notice, we have a button that's called Lock Cell. We're going to go to what's called Format Cells. We're going to go to Protection, and the same thing. It says Locked. We want it to be locked. So make sure there's a check mark. And what this means is that if you protect your worksheet with a password, someone cannot change these without the password. So click OK. Let's go over here to salary and years. So we're going to select this. We're going to go over to Format. We're going to go to Format Cells. And you're going to see that it is also locked. Let's unlock this. Click OK. And so if we click, you'll see this not selected. So we can go back and make sure there's not a check mark. So everything in here is actually, but by default, Microsoft Excel locks your cells. Unless you unlock them, they are locked. So when you go to protect your worksheet, everything is locked unless you've told it not to. So the ones we've told it not to lock are the salary and the years. So if we go up to Format and we click Protect Sheet and we put a password in, it's going to ask for a password, and we're going to put the instructions in the text. Say L, capital L, 11, exclamation point, E01. Click OK. We're going to have to put it back in. It wants us to confirm it because we don't want to put it in once and then accidentally have messed up and then we don't know our password. We want to confirm that we put it in correctly. So now, if we try to change this, it will tell us, so this is one of our locked cells. Everything is locked except for these over here. So if we hit delete or backspace, the cell or chart you're trying to change is on a protected sheet. To make a change, unprotect the sheet. You might be requested to enter a password. Click OK. If we come over here, we can change this. Click undo. Because we unprotected it with that little check mark. Now if we go to File, you're going to see that we can unprotect it. It is protected right now. One or more sheets in this workbook have been locked to prevent unwanted changes to the data. So we protected that sheet. We can click Unprotect, and it's going to ask us for our password. And that password we want to put in is the same as we had used before. L11, exclamation, E01. Click OK. And now we can go back to our document, and it's no longer protected. So that's how you can assign random numbers with the RANDBETWEEN function. You can protect individual cells, and by default Excel protects them all. But to turn on the protection, you have to protect your worksheet. You can also protect workbooks, and we'll get into that more later, but protect your worksheet with a password. And that's all there is to it. Make sure your password is strong. Make sure it's random. Make sure it's not something somebody can think of when they think of you or your business or whatever.